Just as I was saying that, the video cut off, and I feel like there's definitely someone in this energy who is trying to cling to you from the past. There's someone who wants you to feel like you need them for something. There's a vibe here, like there's someone you cut off from the past who desperately wants to be back in your front and center, and they don't want you to speak. There's something about your voice or what you have to say that someone is trying to shut you up about, and is like, you've only just got started. You've only just gotten started. And it may be a 2 year thing, 3 year thing that you've been working on something, and now you're starting to reach the surface, and it's coming off like it wants to be some kind of a resistance, but I feel like you've built up the strength and the endurance that you need to keep on pressing forward. Whoever's in this energy right now is like, this space was meant for you, and so you've got a lot of competitors who want to be in your position. You've got people who want to replace you. The vibe is giving that you've got a lot of jealousy coming towards you, and people competing with you. You've got doppelgangers who are pretending to be you. And it just feels like whoever this is, you're so unique in the way you do what you do, that is impossible to copy you. And whoever's trying to copy you, unfortunately, is putting themselves in danger. They're putting themselves in a situation, because it feels like they're definitely trying to go up against spirit at this time. And it also feels like there's a lot of power and a lot of patience behind this momentum. So anyone trying to stop is basically standing in front of a train. It's like whoever's in this energy, they've got this idea that they can sue you for something. They feel like they have some kind of a position in life or a higher power that they can tap into or call on. But it's like, do you understand that if you get hit by a train, that's the end of your story? Whatever the case is with this, you got Knight of Swords. Yeah, this, the swords represents thoughts. When you see a knight, that represents thoughts, it's like he's coming to all of his emotions, his thoughts. It's almost like someone wants to use you as a target, or they're trying to take your target. They're trying to take what is rightfully yours. This is a giving inheritance, thief, and all that type of stuff. What it in reverse, it just is very clear this person is not going to succeed. Now I'm feeling like this is a red deck type of reading, so it just feels like definitely getting called out, and it feels like it's long time overdue. Like this is almost like the residue of something that's been lingering, stalking, harassing. Okay, or people or entities, like it feels like a demonic entity that's been lingering and lurking in your energy. And with this vibe is like, it wants attention so badly. So whatever name you give to it, there's so much more energy coming from this that wants to be called whatever it is you call it. If you say this is a demon, then it's like, yeah, I want to be that. I want to be a demon. This group of individuals that's been harassing and stalking and gang stalking or whatever the case is, they so desperately want some kind of a place. They so desperately want attention. They have no identity whatsoever. And they just desperately want someone to talk to. That's the vibe. And they I'm going to say desperate again, desperately want you to talk to them. That's the vibe. They want this connection that's just not meant for them. And it feels like you have a connection. You're working on this connection, whether it's with your purpose, whether it's with your person, or even with yourself. This entity, it literally has no name. It has no face. It has no race or gender. It's just like this entity, like just this demonic darkness that's been following you around. Again, it's not even human, whatever it is. It's just something that does not have a place in society. It doesn't have a purpose in the universe, and it's like constantly overlooked. This could be shadow work for some people. It's not even a struggle, but it definitely gives the vibe that there's something from the past that needs to be deleted. Okay. It needs to be wiped clean and removed. And it's coming off like, you can't get rid of me. Like, I'm going to be here forever. But it's just like, you might not have the time necessary. You know, it's like you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. It's almost like this thing is grabbing on your ankles and trying to be a dead weight in your life. But I'm also getting the vibe that someone is working out. Just keep moving forward. Every decision you make is benefiting you. I feel like you're very connected to source right now. Every move you make is having a huge impact in your future and your career. This is something you're building. You're heavily protected right now. And this is a low vibrational level to a high vibrational level. This is someone who's ascending, and whatever level you're moving away from or rising above does not want you to reach your potential. That's the vibe it's giving. Like, this is someone who's being promoted and you've been working in this position for a very long time. Someone may also want you to feel like you're about to lose your job, and that's just not the case. They're very just of everything about you. Okay. And also it's given like this fairy tale energy, like almost like the way, who is it? Who are the Cinderella was talking to mice. Snow White talks to animals. I'm pretty sure it's like in all of these Disney movies, Little Mermaid is an animal. It's just this vibe like someone is crossing these lines of who they communicate with. And the vibe is that whoever is in this energy is definitely in a low vibrational animalistic energy. And they're desperately trying to connect with you and make it seem like Jiminy Cricket, like they're your conscious, or they have some kind of in life that you wouldn't be able to see because you're too high up or something. But it's like, because you're coming from a low level and you're rising up, I'm also seeing it's like a plant that's been specifically planted and specifically meant to grow in this way. You don't need the dirt tell how the sun shines or something like that. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, you already lived this life, this low level, lack mentality, scarcity lifestyle. You already see how people operate. Everyone in this energy wants to be in a higher position. They just don't know how to get there. And at the same time, they're constantly trying to stop other people from reaching it. So anybody in this low level who's trying to hold you back is literally just trying to hold you back. If they're saying, stop, I have something to tell you, this is interesting, this is valuable, you're going to want to hear this, it's a lie. That's the vibe I'm getting. So you are the only one that's feeding your forward motion. And people are desperately wanting to feed off of you. They want your energy and attention. Even if they have a disguise to make it seem like they know more than you, or they're coming from a more sincere place than you, they're learning something from you. It's like giving the impression like this is a teacher or a professor who's kind of stalking his students and trying to learn from his students, but it's really like, in terms of levels, it just feels like this person is on the ground. There's no pretending that this isn't what it is. Like a homeless person trying to pretend that they're a sage of some kind, or they have wisdom or knowledge, where if you were in a situation where you lost your home and you had to live on the street, then you've got something wrong. There's some kind of mix up here. Something went wrong. This is not the way we are surviving here on planet Earth. Okay. You need to have more connections, more of a network, more of a stable ground, stable footing before you try to give advice to somebody. And that's the vibe. It's like they really just want you in their position because they're miserable. Things are being put into balance, whereas though you were being held down by people who do not have a means of doing better for themselves, but yet they were promising you better. And there's just so much lies and deceit in this energy, because there was a point where you actually felt like the people who were giving you information actually had some kind of a lease on life, or like you, it feels like whoever's in this energy, you really felt like someone had a perspective on life that you wouldn't be able to reach on your own. Whereas though you can just plainly look at this person and see that they don't know what they're doing. Like there's mental illness here, there's depression, there's emotional illnesses, there could be physical illnesses. This person is on their last leg and they're trying to hold you back. This person is definitely in the past, coming back from the past, or this is someone that you desperately need to let go of, even if it's been a continuous thing, if it's family, if it's a job that you're in that's just no matter what, they're trying to make it seem like they have something to offer you, but they don't. So you've got people in your energy who they're talking a lot. They're talking about you, but it also feels like they don't really know who you are and they don't know themselves. So it's just coming off as noise. And they're hoping that this noise will somehow take root in your consciousness, or they're also hoping that the sound waves coming from their voice will trip you up in some way, like, because they're not very clever and they're not very witty. So it doesn't take much to ignore them. You know, the things that they say is not like, well, let me think twice about that. It's just clearly an attack. It's clearly an insult. It's clearly something rude, clearly something nasty. And it's continuous. So once you realize that that's what these people are doing, again, there's mental illness here. There could be some developmental delays here, some retardation, definitely. There could be some issues with their spiritual alignment. I don't know if there's even a spiritually sick, like I'm sensing demonic possession. They're open to demonic energies, like that darkness I talked about. They're open to demonic entities who can take control over their body, and they think that it's giving them some kind of a leg up, but it's making them more of an animal. It's holding them back from evolution, human evolution, and it's very obvious that these people, or this entity, is in an animalistic, bestial vibration. So whatever you got in your energy right now is trying to get tangled up with you because they know that you're special. They know that you're chosen, and specifically chosen by God. I don't know. It's this title of chosen. I'm real hesitant on using it because so many people use it, and I grew up in the church and I don't remember that being part of the language of Christianity, being chosen and a chosen one. It just feels more like a target to people who are vulnerable, people who need to feel special about something. At the end of the day, someone chose you for something. And this is not necessarily a pick me energy, but you also want to be part of this that was chosen you, whatever it makes sense, put it where it resonates. If this is a person who you want to be part of their life, they chose you. If this is a husband or a wife, or if this is a business move or a business venture, yes, they want you on board. They want you working with them. They love your skills. You know, they feel like you would be a perfect asset and addition to their company. On the other end, yes, they want to work for you. Yes, they want to do whatever it is that you're asking. They want to collaborate, and that's the vibe. There's an equal give and take on both ends of this relationship, and you have been chosen by this person, and that's the vibe I'm getting. Chosen by God. Yes, you are part of the soul tribe. You are part of the family. Yes, you are appreciated. And whoever this is that's trying to get tangled up in your energy is not part of this love. They're not part of this chosen group, etc. They're not getting hired. And this may have happened in the past where you were chosen for things and the people around you are getting left behind. And it's like, maybe in the past you would have had sympathy and said, look, you can take my spot. I don't need it. But doing stuff like that has put you lower and lower and lower on the totem pole. And now it feels like it's not just rock bottom, but this is so many feet beneath the earth. And people are thinking like you have gone missing. They think you died. They think you're in jail because they haven't seen you in a while and they haven't seen your light shining from a distance, almost like someone's watching a boat or a ship and they think it sank because they're not getting any feedback from you. And his vibe is like, you're definitely still alive. You have accomplished the mission and you're moving forward. And moving forward is not going back. Some of these people are going to never hear from you again. And they can go ahead and think that you passed on to the next life or whatever because they never had good intentions to begin with. It's almost like someone in this energy is like someone's playing dead right now. That's the vibe I'm getting. Someone's playing dead. And also, I'm also feeling like someone is faking their own death to a certain extent, or someone is caught up in, it's like an FBI situation. You're being watched. There was mention of spy activity or people thinking that you might be a spy. There's also happening right now. And then it's witness protection program, or somebody might be a Jehovah's Witness, or just some energy like you're leaving a cult of some kind. Like I said, this is a really strong energy, and it does feel like the people who are trying to get tangled up in it definitely don't have the right equipment or tools to even work of vibration. I'm hearing toxicity is almost, it's feeling like there's high radioactive activity in this energy, and whoever's getting caught up in it is gonna get sick. And this has happened in the past. Someone has gotten sick and they passed on, and now whoever this is, they feel like there's the Knight of Swords. It feels like someone had you pressed up against a wall and they're forcing you to defend yourself. But I'm seeing A-bomb energy, okay? Like someone is exploding. And also I'm seeing whoever these people are from the past, and I won't dig too deep into this visual because it is very touchy, but it feels like they just turned to dust. And also it's like that shadow energy. There are shadows in your light, or they turn into shadows. They may have had a physical point, but now I'm seeing them as ghosts. And I'm seeing them trying to get back into your light. Like they're hoping that you will give them life again when you were the one who got rid of them. This could be someone who served in some kind of a war, or this could be a previous life, someone that you had to remove because of their behavior towards you. I feel like it was self-defense, but maybe some of y'all were on the run because of this. Like you felt it, like, and this could also be spiritual, take a high resonance, but it feels like if you would have told anyone about this, they would have quickly judged you or tried to persecute you in some way. That's the vibe and the energy. Like this is a felon. It feels like people look at this person like they're a felon, or that's how someone feels for having to remove this energy from your life. You had to do some cord cutting. And it's like, that this, even if this thing is still in your presence, is like it desperately wants to be seen as one of you, or it wants you to think that it's a mirror of you. That's the vibe. Like when it bears no resemblance whatsoever to you or anything that you do. So it's kind of sad. It's like you have to starve this thing. You have to starve it of all your love and attention. You're the person in authority right now. And that's what's coming out with this Emperor in reverse. So someone, whoever this is a demon for sure. But it has the presence of to take over your life, like almost like a parasite. This is a parasite who wants to get tangled up in your thoughts and your actions and your patterns of life and try and take control of the control seat. Whereas though it's like almost like a really prehistoric way of thinking, like you're some kind of a robot that has a little compartment in your brain that someone can creep into and knock you out and suddenly they own your body or something like that. Well, they don't are an amalgamation of God's light, and they just cannot exist in your atmosphere. The darkness cannot exist in the light. And that's the vibe. You have all power and control when it comes to this energy. You're taking on a role of a leader. And also I feel like you're a born leader and a natural leader. Everyone respects you in this space. So if there's any energy like you're not being respected for what you've done, like someone's trying to take your confidence away, it's yours completely. And like I said, when I started this reading, this energy has just gotten started. This is like the very beginning of it. And people are already calling themselves out and exposing themselves by trying to shut you down or trying to pose as being you, or, you know, any kind of doppelgangers in your energy, or they're being exposed because it's very clear that you're one of a kind. And also with this energy, whoever this is in this energy, people, the person, God chose you, the person in power chose you, your partner chose you, whoever it is that chose you, they're willing to give everything up for it. It's like Christ leaving the 99 to go find the one. You're one in a million, and whoever this person is that you're connecting with, they will get rid of that million in a heartbeat. It's like, it's not even about the numbers, it's about you. Okay. And then you have spiritual work. So you're definitely doing some spiritual work, spiritual warfare, shadow work. Like I said, this is not a person. This is a demon. This is an entity. And okay, yeah, sure. It has access to all types of open vessels, but is the spirit of jealousy to some extent. And there's a whole slew of other ways you could define this, but again, it's something that just does not get attention, which is why it's of the dark and it remains in the shadows. Any name you give to it is going to say, yeah, that's me. I want to be that, because it desperately wants a role in your life. Okay, so let's just get some more cards because I haven't pulled. It's like this thing does not want to be itself, and what it is the dark. It does not want to be the dark. It does not want to be the shadow. It wants to be anything but what it is. And it's like, you know, there's a place for the darkness. This thing just needs to stay in its place. You have Five of Cups, like, yeah, this thing desperately wants some kind of a role. It wants a soapbox. Like, you ever watch those ghosts always want some kind of validation or redemption, like, just tell me I did good or something. Like, this thing, whatever it is, it just, whatever it wants is irrelevant at the end of the day, because like I said, it's a shadow and it's deceptive as hell, and it's trying desperately. I don't know. I'm gonna have to put that in the title because it just keeps coming out. Desperate. This thing is so desperate to take over. And at the same time, it cannot even control its own life. It's very dysfunctional. But yeah, it does. It wants to come off as being weak. It wants to pretend to be a victim. But then at the end of the day, it's just another predator. It's a starving predator. Everybody has to eat. And it's just the last on the list to be served. And then you have Six of Pentacles. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is someone who is not grateful for what they have in any way whatsoever, shape or form. But yet at the same time, they want what you have. And they're trying to throw a fit because it's like, well, why won't you share? Why won't you give? And they're trying to put you in this category of where they belong. Like you're the selfish one. You're the one who, you know, whatever words they're trying to throw at you is all witchcraft and voodoo, because they are in the position they are in because of their behavior, is their own karma, whatever it is. let's get some affirmations, because I'm literally giving this energy no attention whatsoever. This is all about you and this new position that you're in, connecting with your person, connecting with your purpose. This promotion is coming towards you, you rising above whatever this darkness is, these lower vibrations. You're definitely ascending. And so what are you affirming? I forgive those who have hurt me. This might be your key and your meal ticket out of this situation, because that's the only way you can let go of it. Yeah, that's the vibe, is that by holding on, holding on to a grudge is the only way they can even exist in your life. It's the only way you can even remember and put some kind of a identity to this. And again, that identity that you give it is the only one that they have. My potential to succeed is limitless. Self back, because the universe is not holding you back. The universe is giving you a clear path to move forward. You have all access and all rights to move forward, move ahead, rise above the situation. Okay. If anything is clinging to your ankles at this point, they're about to lose a hand. Okay. That's how sharp this cutoff is. And there's no mercy whatsoever. So, and I'm going to add it here. The vibe is, if this person has a face that you recognize and that you love, it's almost like in a scary movie when a little white girl is like, I'm so innocent, don't shoot me, but is a demon. You got to have that kind of cutthroat, merciless, go get this, what belongs to you, and don't let anyone hold you back. If it's your mother, if it's your father, if it's a child of yours that you bore on this earth, whatever it is, if it's holding you back from reaching your higher self, your light, your God, your purpose, then it's getting cut off. That's the vibe. I don't care how tight this bond was in the past. It's not worth it. It's not worth you losing your own life. I'm hearing go without me. That's the vibe. Jesus was on the cross and he said, it is finished. I don't know what that means for whoever this message is for, but anybody at all who is trying to hold you back and stop you from moving forward is a demon. Let it go. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to be your energy for this reading. If you enjoyed that, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll be here every day, maybe even twice a day. I'm thinking about doing 2 a days now. So I'll see you tomorrow.